Welcome to TourPedia Uncovered, the channel where we journey to the world's strangest places, hidden mysteries, and phenomena that science still struggles to explain. Our planet, a sphere of breathtaking diversity and life, still holds secrets in its deepest oceans and highest mountains. From bizarre landscapes on Earth that seem sculpted by an unseen hand, to enigmas found far beyond our planet in the cold, silent expanse of space, these are locations that continue to puzzle researchers, spark debate, and inspire legends that echo through generations. Human curiosity, that innate and restless drive, has always been the engine of our progress. Our desire to understand the world has led to incredible discoveries, technological revolutions, and scientific breakthroughs that have reshaped our existence. We have mapped continents, plumbed the ocean's depths, and sent our probes to the very edge of the solar system. Yet, despite centuries of exploration and study, there are still places that resist simple explanation, locations where the laws of nature appear to behave in ways we don't fully understand, challenging the very foundations of our knowledge. These enigmatic corners of the globe remind us that our journey of discovery is far from over. They are the frontiers of our understanding, where fact and folklore often intertwine. Today, we're counting down 15 mysterious places that scientists still can't completely explain, each one a testament to the enduring mystery of our world and the universe beyond. Let's dive in and explore the unexplained together. Our journey begins in the humid air of western Venezuela, at the point where the Catatumbo River meets the vast expanse of Lake Maracaibo. Here, nature puts on a spectacle of such astonishing power and regularity that it defies belief. This is the home of the Catatumbo lightning, an atmospheric phenomenon often called the everlasting storm. For as many as 300 nights a year, for up to 10 hours at a time, the sky is torn asunder by silent, relentless flashes of lightning. It is a storm that rarely brings thunder to the distant observer, a silent, celestial ballet of immense electrical energy that has illuminated these skies for centuries, a natural lighthouse for sailors of old. Scientists have, of course, sought to understand this extraordinary display. The prevailing theory points to a unique combination of local topography and climate. Cold winds sweeping down from the Andes meet the warm, moist air rising from the lake's surface, creating a perfect, storm-generating engine. Methane gas bubbling up from the rich oil deposits beneath the lakebed is also thought to play a role, perhaps increasing the conductivity of the air. Yet, no single theory fully accounts for the sheer intensity and persistence of this phenomenon. Why here, with such unparalleled frequency? The precise mechanics of this magnificent, unending storm remain shrouded in a luminous mystery. We travel now to the island of Bohol in the Philippines, to a landscape that seems to belong to another world. Spread across more than 50 square kilometers are over 1,000 conical hills, almost perfectly uniform in shape and size. These are the Chocolate Hills. During the wet season, they are covered in vibrant green grass, a rolling sea of emerald mounds. But as the dry season arrives, the vegetation withers and turns a rich, deep brown, transforming the vista into an endless array of giant, chocolate drops. It is a sight of peculiar and gentle beauty, a geological curiosity that has captivated all who see it. The scientific explanation suggests these are limestone formations, remnants of ancient coral reefs from a time when this island lay submerged beneath the sea. Tectonic uplift pushed the seafloor into the air, and millennia of erosion by wind and rain sculpted the soft stone into these remarkable, symmetrical shapes. Yet, the sheer uniformity of the hills remains a puzzle. Local legends offer more romantic tales, speaking of two feuding giants who hurled rocks and sand at one another, or of the tears of a heartbroken giant that dried to form the hills. While geology provides a framework, the precise artistry of nature in this place leaves room for wonder and myth. Deep within the Mapimi Biosphere Reserve in northern Mexico lies a patch of desert that has earned a rather ominous name, the Zone of Silence, or La Zona del Silencio. For decades, stories have circulated about this strange and isolated place. Visitors and researchers report that radio signals mysteriously fade and die, compasses spin erratically, and modern communications equipment simply fails to function. It is as if a curtain of silence descends upon the landscape, cutting it off from the outside world. The area first gained notoriety in 1970 when an American test missile, launched from Utah, veered inexplicably off course and crashed here. The recovery mission brought international attention to the region's reported anomalies. Some theories propose that high concentrations of magnetite and other magnetic minerals in the soil are responsible for creating a powerful magnetic anomaly that disrupts electromagnetic waves. Another hypothesis links the area to its location on the same parallel north as the Bermuda Triangle and the pyramids of Giza, suggesting some form of terrestrial energy line. Despite numerous unofficial studies, no definitive scientific explanation has been proven. The zone of silence remains a place of whispers and speculation, where the normal rules of physics seem to be temporarily suspended. On the Curonian Spit, which is this narrow strip of sand separating a lagoon from the Baltic Sea, there's a forest unlike any other. Here, in Russia's Kaliningrad Oblast, the pine trees don't grow straight and tall, reaching for the sky like you'd expect. Instead, they twist, contort, and spiral in these really bizarre looping shapes. Some trunks even form rings, corkscrews, and these serpentine curves close to the ground before finally straightening out. This peculiar grove, planted back in the 1960s to help stabilize the coastal dunes, is known as the Dancing Forest. Walking among these trees honestly feels like stepping into a surrealist painting, a place where the laws of botany have been, well, playfully rewritten. The cause of this arboreal dance is still a hot topic of debate. One popular scientific theory suggests that the unique mix of strong, swirling winds from the sea and the loose, sandy soil force the young saplings to grow in these distorted ways. Another possibility is damage caused by the larvae of the pine shoot moth, which, by eating the apical buds, could force the tree to grow from a lateral bud, causing a curve. Yet neither theory really explains why only this specific patch of forest is affected, while trees just next to it grow perfectly straight. Local legends speak of supernatural energies or a place of immense power, and for now, the trees keep their silent, twisting secret. In Judge C.R. Magny State Park, Minnesota, the Brule River flows toward Lake Superior, cascading over a series of rugged waterfalls. At one particular spot, the river hits this tough outcrop of rhyolite rock and splits in two. One half of the river continues its journey, tumbling over a 50-foot cliff and flowing onward, just as you'd expect. But the other half? It vanishes. It pours into a deep, cavernous pothole in the rock, known as the Devil's Kettle, and simply disappears. What happens to this immense volume of water is honestly one of the great hydrological mysteries of North America. For decades, researchers have tried to solve the puzzle. They've poured brightly colored dyes into the kettle, hoping to see the color pop up somewhere downstream in the river or in Lake Superior. They've thrown in ping-pong balls and other trackable objects, but nothing that enters the Devil's Kettle has ever been seen again. The logical guess is that the water must re-enter the river from some underground passage, but, well, no one has ever found the exit. The complex volcanic rock formations in the area may hide a labyrinth of subterranean tubes, but until the outlet is discovered, half of the Brule River just continues to vanish into the earth, a geological magic trick with no clear explanation. In the Tama Oasis of Saudi Arabia stands a geological marvel that, honestly, seems to defy nature. The Al-Nazla rock formation is made up of two massive sandstone boulders, balanced kind of precariously on these small, natural pedestals. But what really makes it extraordinary is the feature that separates them, a perfectly straight, clean-cut fissure, almost as if it was made by a giant laser beam, splits the two halves with astonishing precision. The two sides stand parallel to each other, and their surfaces are almost unnaturally smooth. This remarkable split has puzzled geologists and archaeologists for years, a testament to a force, whether natural or otherwise, of incredible finesse. The most common geological explanation is that the ground shifted just a little beneath one of the pedestals, causing a weak point in the sandstone to split and form a crack. Over thousands of years, this crack would have been weathered and eroded by wind-blown sand and freeze-thaw cycles, gradually widening and smoothing it into the perfect fissure we see today. Still, this theory struggles to explain the sheer perfection of the split. Its straightness and the smoothness of the faces seem almost artificial. While it is almost certainly a natural formation, the Al-Nazla rock remains a profound symbol of nature's capacity to create forms that rival the precision of any human tool. Now we cast our gaze far from Earth, some 1,470 light-years away, to a star in the constellation Cygnus, officially known as KIC 8462852. More famously, it is called Tabby's star, after the astronomer Tabitha Boyd-Gian, who led the study that first highlighted its bizarre behavior. Most stars may dim slightly and predictably when a planet passes in front of them. Tabby's star, however, is different. It experiences massive, irregular dips in brightness, sometimes losing up to 22% of its luminosity. These dimming events are not periodic and last for varying lengths of time, from days to weeks. This is unlike anything we have ever observed. The initial discovery sparked a wave of excitement and speculation. The irregular pattern did not fit any known natural phenomenon, leading some to propose a truly extraordinary hypothesis: an alien megastructure, a vast swarm of solar collectors known as a Dyson swarm, orbiting the star and blocking its light. This tantalizing idea captured the public imagination. More recent studies have proposed more natural, albeit still unusual, explanations such as a vast, orbiting cloud of dust and debris, or phenomena occurring within the star itself. However, no single model perfectly fits all the data. Tabby's star remains a profound cosmic enigma, a flickering celestial beacon that challenges our understanding of what can exist in the universe. In the vast, featureless expanse of the Sahara Desert in Mauritania lies a geological formation so large and distinctive it is visible from space. This is the Richat structure, often called the Eye of the Sahara. It is a colossal, deeply eroded dome, nearly 50 kilometers in diameter, consisting of a series of spectacular concentric rings. From orbit, it resembles a giant bullseye or a watchful eye staring up from the Earth. For years it was thought to be an impact crater, the scar left by a colossal meteorite strike. But this structure lacks the key evidence one would expect from such a cataclysmic event. The current scientific consensus is that the eye is a geologic dome, a formation of sedimentary rock pushed upwards from below, which has then been meticulously eroded over hundreds of millions of years by wind and water. The different rings correspond to different layers of rock, some more resistant to erosion than others, creating the ridged effect. But questions remain. Why is it so perfectly circular, and what was the precise mechanism that caused this specific, localized uplift in the first place? Some have even noted its resemblance to Plato's description of the lost city of Atlantis, though this is pure speculation. The Eye of the Sahara remains a stunning and somewhat mysterious masterpiece of natural erosion. In the heart of the North Atlantic Ocean lies a sea with no shores. This is the Sargasso Sea, the only sea in the world that is not defined by land boundaries. Instead, its borders are delineated by four powerful ocean currents that form a vast, rotating gyre. The Gulf Stream to the west, the North Atlantic Current to the north, the Canary Current to the east, and the North Atlantic Equatorial Current to the south. These currents enclose a vast, calm, and unusually warm body of water, a unique ecosystem floating in the middle of the ocean. Its name comes from the free-floating seaweed of the genus Sargassum, which congregates here in immense quantities. This floating golden rainforest provides a vital habitat for a unique community of creatures, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth, perfectly adapted to life amongst the seaweed. It is the primary spawning ground for European and American eels, a journey they make over thousands of miles. For centuries, the calm waters and thick mats of seaweed gave the Sargasso a sinister reputation among sailors, who feared becoming trapped and becalmed forever. While we understand the currents that form it, the precise mechanics that govern the sea's internal structure and the life cycles it supports are still being uncovered. It is a world unto itself, a sea without a coastline, held in place by the relentless dance of the ocean. In the remote Republic of Karelia in northwestern Russia, Vodovara Mountain rises from the surrounding taiga forest. This is not just a mountain, it's a sacred and mysterious place, almost like an open-air gallery of strange stone formations. Scattered across its summit are hundreds of sides. These are large boulders balanced in seemingly impossible positions, often perched atop several smaller stones. Some boulders are split with curious precision, while others are arranged into enigmatic patterns, including a formation known as the staircase, which is a flight of 13 steps leading nowhere. The atmosphere here is one of profound antiquity and silence. Geologists suggest that these formations could be the result of natural processes, specifically the movement and melting of a massive glacier at the end of the last ice age. As the ice sheet retreated, it could have deposited these boulders in their current precarious positions. However, this explanation struggles to account for the sheer number and seemingly deliberate arrangement of many of the SEDs. The indigenous Sami people have long considered the mountain a place of immense spiritual power, a kind of bridge between worlds. While the hand of nature is undoubtedly present, the question of whether ancient peoples rearranged or augmented these stones for ritualistic purposes remains unanswered, leaving Vodovara in a gray area between geology and archaeology. High in a remote valley in central Norway, a strange and beautiful light show has been taking place for decades. These are the Hessdalen lights. Residents and researchers alike have observed and documented mysterious, unexplained lights in the sky, sometimes as large as cars, sometimes just small, fleeting sparks. They can be white, yellow, or red, and they move in ways that really defy simple explanation. Some float serenely for hours, others dart through the valley at incredible speeds, and some simply appear and disappear in an instant. This is not just folklore, it's a documented, recurring phenomenon. Since the 1980s, the valley has been the site of ongoing scientific investigation, known as Project Hessdalen. Automated research stations equipped with cameras and scientific instruments have captured the lights and analyzed their properties. Several theories have been proposed. One suggests the lights are a form of ball lightning. Another posits that the valley, rich in certain minerals like copper and zinc, acts like a giant natural battery, with the river acting as an electrolyte, creating electrical discharges. A more recent hypothesis involves Coulomb crystals forming in a plasma produced by the ionization of air and dust. Yet despite all this research, no single theory can explain all the different types of lights observed. The Hessdalen lights continue to dance in the Norwegian sky, a beautiful and persistent scientific puzzle. On the opposite side of the globe from the infamous Bermuda Triangle lies another mysterious stretch of ocean with a similarly sinister reputation. Located in the Pacific Ocean around the Japanese island of Miyake, this area is known as the Devil's Sea, or the Dragon's Triangle. For centuries, it's been a place of maritime legend, associated with unexplained disappearances of ships and aircraft. Japanese fishermen have long considered the area perilous, telling tales of sea dragons that rise from the depths to pull vessels under. The legends gained modern traction when numerous fishing boats and even military vessels vanished without a trace in the mid-20th century. Scientific explanations point to the extreme and unpredictable nature of the marine environment in this region. It's an area of intense volcanic activity, with undersea volcanoes and seismic events that could release massive bubbles of methane gas, capable of suddenly reducing the density of the water and sinking a ship in moments. The region is also prone to generating rogue waves of immense size. However, many of the recorded disappearances lack definitive evidence linking them to these natural hazards, and the sheer number of incidents has kept speculation alive. Like its Atlantic counterpart, the Dragon's Triangle remains a place where the line between maritime peril and genuine paranormal mystery is often blurred. Our journey takes us once more into the depths of space, to the majestic ringed planet, Saturn. At its North Pole swirls a storm of truly epic proportions, but it's not its size that's most perplexing, it's its shape. Captured in stunning detail by the Cassini spacecraft, this is a colossal, six-sided jet stream, a perfect hexagon wider than two Earths. Each side of the hexagon is approximately 14,500 kilometers long, which is actually longer than the diameter of our own planet. This atmospheric feature rotates with the planet, a permanent fixture of its polar region, and honestly, it's a geometric marvel on a planetary scale. Scientists have been able to create similar, though much smaller, hexagonal shapes in laboratory experiments with rotating fluids, suggesting the shape is a natural consequence of certain fluid dynamic principles. The theory is that a steep difference in the speed of winds in Saturn's atmosphere could create a standing wave pattern that manifests as this six-sided shape. However, no model has yet been able to perfectly replicate the conditions on Saturn to explain why this storm is so stable, so perfectly geometric, and why it exists only at its North Pole. It's a stunning example of how even familiar physical laws can produce results of alien and unexpected beauty on other worlds. In the small, high-desert town of Taos, New Mexico, some residents are plagued by a sound that no one else can hear. It's a persistent, low-frequency hum or drone, often described as sounding like a distant diesel engine. This phenomenon, known as the Taos hum, has been reported since the early 1990s. For those who hear it, known as hearers, the sound is a constant, maddening intrusion, causing dizziness, sleep disturbances, and intense irritation. Yet sensitive sound detection equipment brought in by investigators has consistently failed to identify any audible source for the noise. Numerous investigations have been conducted by universities and independent researchers to try and pinpoint the origin of the hum. Theories have ranged from industrial equipment, high-pressure gas lines, to secret military experiments, and unusual seismic activity. Some researchers have suggested it might be a form of autoacoustic emission, sounds generated within the ear itself, or that some individuals are simply more sensitive to low-frequency vibrations that are pretty much everywhere in our environment. However, no single explanation satisfies why the phenomenon is so geographically concentrated and why only a small percentage of the population is affected. For the hearers of Taos, the hum is a very real and deeply unsettling auditory mystery. Our final mystery is etched into the very surface of the Earth. In the arid coastal plain of Peru, the Nazca lines are a vast collection of giant geoglyphs created by the ancient Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD. These are not small drawings. They are enormous designs, some stretching for hundreds of meters, made by carefully removing the reddish-brown, iron oxide-coated pebbles to reveal the lighter-colored ground underneath. There are over 800 straight lines, 300 geometric figures, and 70 incredible designs of animals and plants, including a hummingbird, a spider, a monkey, and a lizard. Their true form can only be appreciated from high in the air. The purpose of these monumental creations remains one of archaeology's greatest enigmas. How did a culture without access to flight create images of such scale and precision, seemingly designed to be seen from the sky? Theories abound. Some suggest they were astronomical calendars, aligned with the stars and solstices. Others propose they were ritualistic pathways for religious ceremonies, or perhaps appeals to the gods for water in this incredibly dry region. More fringe theories have even suggested they were runways for ancient astronauts. While archaeologists continue to study them, the true meaning and method behind the Nazca lines are secrets that the desert has kept for nearly 2,000 years. From the relentless lightning of Venezuela to the silent geoglyphs of Peru, we have journeyed through places that defy easy answers. The world is full of these pockets of the unknown, locations that challenge our understanding and remind us, with a sense of humility and awe, how much we still have to learn. These mysteries are not failures of science, they are its driving force. They are the puzzles that ignite our curiosity, push researchers to develop new theories and new technologies, and keep our collective sense of wonder alive in an age of information. Each enigma, whether it lies in the depths of the ocean, the heart of a desert, or the far reaches of the cosmos, is an invitation to look closer, to think deeper, and to never stop asking questions. They are a testament to the complexity and beauty of a universe that is far stranger and more magnificent than we can possibly imagine. The quest for knowledge is a journey without a final destination, and it is the mysteries along the way that make the journey so profoundly worthwhile. If you enjoyed this journey into the unexplained, subscribe to TourPedia Uncovered for more fascinating mysteries from around the globe. We believe that the more we explore, the more we realize how much more there is to discover. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time as we continue to uncover the secrets of our world.